right from the point where I realized that I could, I could see things and remember things and understand things. When I was basically conscious of my being, I realized that I could make images, I could make depictions, I could, render things. But at that particular early moment in my life, I didn't really consider myself an artist, because I didn't really know that people who make images are called artists.
I've been painting and drawing since I was a kid. When I was a kid, I remember that's kind of what everyone did. And to be honest, I think I just stuck with it. It just sparked something. I just knew it was for me from as young as I can remember, and I've just always been doing it. And maybe kind of like a feeling, but to be honest, as a kid, I didn't really think of it. I was just always drawing, always thing. And then, as I grew older, my friends and people and family used to start knowing me as he's the one who's always drawing, doing art, and things. So I don't remember a time I was like, oh yeah, this is for me. It just always was for me.
I don't remember a time when I wasn't fascinated by art. Before anyone said anything to me, it was deep inside of myself. I think the best artists are ones who are able to communicate their own truth, that make work in a very honest way. And I think it's one of the most difficult things to do, but an also incredibly easy thing to read, is that authenticity and the truth in viewing. And I think really good work, you can sense that. And the more that someone stays true to themselves, I think the more powerful the work ends up being.
I never had a doubt of what I wanted to be. I've always wanted to be a painter. So this urge for paint and produce and draw and do things related to the arts is something that is in me since very, very young age. Beauty drives you to keep painting, in my case, or sculpting or drawing. It's not necessarily about beauty. You can be lured, you can be charmed by beauty, absolutely, and it can drive you to produce, but it's not about beauty at all. It's an inner investigation, it's an inner research. Specific things in life that just moves you a lot. In my case, I am a sacred artist. I do religious paintings, and I can't explain why the subject, the theme, moves me so much. And it's not necessarily search for a specific truth, but there is something in me that drives me to keep painting this specific subject.
Art can be used to explain and reveal truth in society and the way that people don't want to look at it. It pinpoints and shows this is what it really is like. This is the undercurrent, this is the truth. Whereas also we're humans who make it, so it's all a one-sided view of truth. So it can never truly be truth. Only pure fact and mathematics could probably be truth.
I set myself a challenge to leave the African philosophies and the Western philosophies behind for a while, just to be able to enter into a new space and get to be influenced by other cultures. And that was when I left Ghana and traveled to China to study. I was able to devise ways to communicate with people without having to use words. Just finding ways to connect with people. It was a huge challenge for me, but I was able to do that whilst I was in China. And I lived just like a Chinese person. I was so close to the people. I made new families over there.
We are we're born with identities, so we can't really go around or go away from this. So I feel really, really glad that I am Chinese and I can get use of such a fantastic cultural background. And also I could link that and create my own storytelling in the work.
I didn't see any, when I was a kid making art, I didn't really pay attention, so I didn't see any space for me. I didn't realize it then, but as I grew older and started to pay more attention and started to find artists that spoke about being black, and from like I found American artists and British artists who spoke about being black in the Western world, I kind of found, like, kind of sparked what I wanted to, where I wanted to start my story.
I come from a background where I grew up. I went to grammar schools and surrounded by people who were medics and doctors and vets and scientists, and I did art because I felt like that was what I was good at, but felt like I was competing with them, and then I wasn't truly becoming an art. I wasn't truly doing art for art's sake. And then I think it was in third year when I started truly feeling that I was painting for what I wanted to do, that I felt, actually, yes, I can do it, and I don't have to convince myself that I'm just doing art for the sake of it. I am doing it because I want to do it and I enjoy it and I'm good at it, and I don't think that's bad. So I allowed myself to breathe in and go, you can do it. I would say I've always been an artist my whole life, but I would also say that that's because I was raised in a family of artists. My mother is a painter and my dad's mother was also a painter. My mother's father was a painter. So being surrounded by art enthusiasts has very much shaped my interest. I think because of that nurturing, I've had an incredible privilege to be able to make art and to pursue it freely and with support, and that makes a huge difference.
I like experimenting. I like trying something and then ending up finding out you can do something you didn't know you could.
Art has the, it has the potential to reveal truth, but it's not always. Art also has the potential to, reveal lies.
It's not always easy to describe or understand, but it's always there. I think that's what art is.
You'll be surprised at what you're capable of if you just go for it.
It is a dangerous path, and it's not easy at all.
An artist is magic.
People are courageous. That's us. Being optimistic is the only way of us to live on, otherwise we'll be just dead. But then so many people live on. Well, if you live on, then live happily.